Hi, this is Kyle, and I'm working with Sean, and today we'll be explaining to you about how our game works. More specifically, about the enemy collisions, the treasure collisions, and the resetting of the game loop, while also increasing a score counter and decreasing a life counter. And if one of them reaches a certain value, especially with the life counter, it will reset the game. And if when you collect all the treasures in the game, it will reset that as well.
Hello everyone, so I'm going to be showing you how to plant the treasures and how to detect collisions with the treasures. And in doing so I'm planting treasures, we have some pseudocode and then some booleans and some blitz. And if we go over to our code and we go up to the treasure collision definition of this method, we have a defined method that checks for treasure collisions, and it essentially checks each corner point, so top left corner with the top right corner of the treasure item, and then the top right corner with the top left corner of treasure and the top right corner of treasure. And then we also have it for the Y positions as well. And essentially, when this method, which checks each corner point manually, when this equates to true in the code, that translates to if treasure collision at current X, current Y, the treasure 1, treasure 2, treasure 3, treasure 4 respectively, take in the grid size, take in the square number. If that whole method equates to true, increase the score for the specific level, increase the overall score, and then set treasure 1 to false. Now the reason we need to set treasure 1 to false is otherwise it won't despawn, and then it will stay there and it will still detect collisions and it will still calculate points even though you've already gotten it the first time. So when treasure 1 gets set to false, when this game loop is running and running and running, it won't redetect the collision for this item. And then the same is true for treasure 2, and the same is true for 3 and 4 if it's enabled. And then once you increment level score and score, since you increment them independently, we display the score right here in the text field, in the text, and then we render it to the right side of the screen. And then that way, if you collect all of the treasures, it understands that, okay, you've collected the maximum number of treasures. And then it will go into a reset, and then it will it will generate a new grid, and also it will generate different spots for the treasure and for the enemies respectively. So here I'm going to show you guys an example of how it works. So once we run it, so we go, okay, so we notice that there's a treasure over here. We can just sneak right up to that barrier and grab it. And that one got us 2 points because 2 treasures decided to spawn on top of each other. And then let's see if we can sneak in and grab this one from these 2 guys. So if we sneak in, grab it. Now here's the potential problem. Because this happened, because we have one of the bad guys spawned right on top of me, it will auto reset the game because he's right on top of me, so I can't move. And as you can see, when I try and move, it will actually reset the game. So yeah, I'm down to 1 heart right now and a score of 3. And then when I try and move again, because he spawned on top of me again, it reset it more, and it actually fully reset the score, because the score is back down to 0. And I have 3 lives. And then if I move down, I can go over and get this one kind of over here in the middle. Well, okay. He just clipped me right there. Okay, so I actually can't get past him right now, which is unfortunate. Yeah, okay. So as you guys can see, it reset the game, and it unfortunately spawned him right next to me, so he can actually get to me if I move in either direction. So as you can see, once I move in any direction, it actually reset, and I have 3 lives now. And then if I move down, yeah, okay, it reset, and I also got 1 point. So I actually can't get past him right now, so yeah.